All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire in all truth and all sincerity. And shalom to the real sisters. And shalom to the rest of the elect out there. Which yeah, it includes the rest of the elect, obviously. Shalom to y'all. I hope this live is edifying. To the elect. All right, this live is going to be about Esau, evil E, Esau, aka E, otherwise known as Evil E, wicked agenda. His agenda was wicked agenda to turn you into a robot. And me and the Hakim, we're going into Neuralink, man. That which is it runs off a brain chip. It's Neuralink, and it connects your brain to the internet. And how it came up was I posted an article about in China. They have all right, they have an app that they're releasing now that is connected to their their central bank digital currency that they're releasing. And hold on. And basically, hey, shit is moving faster now, and this is where the elites are really, it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai speeding up prophecy, man. He's gonna have these devils, make their move go as far as they can go. They can go as far as they can go, and then these devils are gonna get crushed, like the roaches that they are, man. That's what's gonna happen. One of the things they want to accomplish is, they want to turn you into their robots. That's they want to do. Hold on. They want to turn you into robots. Yeah, they want to turn you into robots. So they could have total control. Basically, you're the robots and they're the remote. Basically controlling your body like they're the Most High. And it goes into Esau's desire to be like the Most High. Let me get a scripture on that. Now I'm gonna go into Neuralink. Go more into it. Get into the article, and get into Neuralink. This is Isaiah 14 and 14. This devil believes he. Let me read it from verse 11. Verse 12. That how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of power. I will sit also on the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north. Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I'll be like the Most High, And, Lucifer, means light bearer. And he's talking about, it's really talking about a man, Verse 16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So it's a man, that made the earth. Verse 17, that made the earth as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. So you see already, man. That's a man. And this man, he's also known as wicked in the scriptures. And really known as the children of Esau. What the fuck? Nobody at my front door. Nobody at my front door. Nobody at my front door. I don't know who they was talking to. Motherfuckers around here just don't know how to communicate. Slacking for that. Alright, going through. Just weird ass shit. Just say that. Let me get the pride of thine heart, man. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? These devils, they're known to be very proud. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, they're so proud, man. They're like the eagle. Which is the proudest animal, the proudest bird ever, man. What the fuck? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So Esau, he is very proud. And he is also insatiable, man. He wants to have all the power, the Most High. Basically the unlimited power, man. Call all unlimited, how all powerful, really, which Yahweh Shai was given, limitless power by the Most High Yahweh to carry out the Most High Yahweh's will. Just to carry his will out, man. All of his will. Though with him entering to the Most High Yahweh, he, because he doesn't know when he's going to come back yet, the Most High Yahweh knows. Verse 5, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine. We definitely have a better idea than the rest of us. But let me continue. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, whom largest is desire is hell, and this is death, and can't be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heaveth unto him all people. So this devil's proud and unsatiable, man. More power, more shit, more everything. He wants total control, more 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 control. Just more, 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 more. Just all he can get. And he thinks he's gonna be able to. He thinks that he has a chance. He really does. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Yeah. Whose habitation is high. Yeah. Right there, man. He thinks that no one's going to bring him down, and he's going to take the Most High Yahweh's place, And I'm going to read it again just for emphasis. Over that 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So this devil, he doesn't think nobody can bring him down. In fact, he thinks he could bring, he can bring the Most High Yahweh down. He thinks there's a chance. The audacity of this man is like beyond belief. What the fuck? And I'm expecting somebody, so that's why I checked. But this thing will come through again. Guess what it look like. But that's like it. But yeah, let me continue where I left off. All right, so yeah, this devil, he's real proud, and he actually thinks that he's gonna have total control over you, Neuralink, like the Neuralink. He really believes that. And well, he believes he's gonna have control over everybody when he's just gonna get the 2/3. All right. So let me get into that article. Got this article right here. China launches app for its own digital currency as it looks to expand usage. Published yesterday, January 4th, 2022, around 8 a.m., updated around 6:45 p.m. the same day. And oh, by the way, and also, later on, I'm show y'all some predictive programming examples where they show basically what I'm gonna bring out, man. China key points: China's central bank has launched a pilot version of its wallet app for the digital yuan in a push to expand its usage to more people. So far, China has done a number of trials around the country in the form of lotteries, where users in certain cities have been given a small amount of the digital currency to spend. But now more people in certain cities can download the app, highlighting how China is trying to get more people to use the digital currency. No, this is okay. Let me continue. China's central bank has launched a pilot version of a wallet app for the digital yuan in a push to expand its usage to more people. The app is available on China's Android app stores and Apple's App Store. It allows users to open a digital yuan wallet for more and spend the currency. Hold the fuck up. All right. The app is available on China's Android app stores. And all you have to in on China's app stores, Android app stores, and the Apple's app store. It allows users to open a digital yuan wallet and spend the currency. So they're basically open up. It's basically a cash app for using a currency. Now you understand also why they want to out these uh, these apps, man. I understand. Shit. All right, Slack for that interruption. You know, you already know. Let me continue. The digital yuan or ECNY is a digital version of China's sovereign currency that has been in the works since 2014. It's not a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, when instead issued and controlled by the People's Bank of China. So, like, what I was going into, like, yo, man, that's why when you see the agenda now, you see why they pushed out those digital currencies. Now you see why. Well, why they pushed out those digital forms of payment. First digital forms of payment and then digital currency. Crypto, right? Crypto as well, man. So then cryptocurrencies, right? And then the cryptocurrencies, which was all a part of this method that Esau uses, man. To push his agenda, man. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. What the fuck? It's like in my bed. But anyways, it's called the Hegelian dialectic, and Esau, basically uses it to basically sneak up on you with his agenda. It's also called incrementalism, the way that it's carried out, the Hegelian dialectic. The thesis, antithesis, a problem, reaction, solution, right? Thesis, just like that. Thesis, the thesis, antithesis, thesis, fiat currencies. Antithesis, central bank digital currencies. And then synthesis, the antithesis, crypto. And then the synthesis, central bank digital currencies. That would be the synthesis. And what the fuck? What the fuck? Somebody at my door. I see nobody there. See nobody there. We'll say, hey, yo, but listen to me. They'll be over here. That's how I would do it, at least. But anyways, and it's been in the works since 2014. It's not a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but instead issued and controlled by the People's Bank of China. So that's what they did, man. First fiat currency and then devalued you the fuck out of it, all by design. Took it off the gold standard, all by took it off the gold standard and everything. Took it off the gold standard and everything, and instead, what they did is hold on. Instead, what they did, well, it basically was based off nothing. Set up the petrodollar system, which, come on, man, that shit was set up to fail too because both sides is being funded, and it was really to keep the U.S. Focused in the Middle East. Basically the U.S. NATO forces would be forced into wars into the Middle East. It was by tying the currency to the Middle East. That's how it was done. And so yeah, man. And then so now you see people leaving countries bucking up against the dollar for a while, dominated. But then you had buck up against the dollar. You have all these countries bucking up against the dollar. You have the knowledge is obviously a fucking fiat currency come out, and they're hiding it. Well, basically they're saying that it's worth that what it's worth, but the Federal Reserve, which controls the money, issues the money, right? Controls the issuing of money, right? So therefore controls the money, controls the flow of it, loans it to the U.S. government at interest, charging usury, is basically, it's a private bank owned by private shareholders. Now cry over the wars for the petrodollar, basically system that was designed to fail. Why? And then so they came out with cryptocurrencies and all that, which really, it's a psyop, when you look into it. Because it's like this basically, the system was designed to fail, and then they set up that psyop, because like these devils admitted, and hold on. The Rockefeller Masonic Creed, right? That they control the setup. They would set up many fronts and control them all. Control both sides of governments and shit. Set up governments, set up oppositions, control both sides. Basically, many fronts control all of them, even though they gonna act like they're not, like they're actually opposing each other, but it's just an illusion, so you won't get it, and the media promotes that illusion. Who controls the media? These devils, man. So and the antithesis was what? Cryptocurrencies. We have digital ways of paying, all that, ways of using, basically like using money, right? That's all by design, right? Digital ways of using money, which the reason why they allowed that technology to basically be released, and actually not just that, promoted it, was to link everybody up to the the basically the internet, right? Where everybody caught up in their net of wickedness. Basically, if you could think of it that way, and ultimately, digitizing everything, man. Which is why the first Apple computer was sold for how much? Showing their agenda, showing the elites' hands in this, mind altering technology. First Apple computer sold, I believe, for six, yeah, 666,000. No, I'm not mistaken. No, it's 666 and $100.66 in 1976. In 1976. No, so it's several sixes there. It's 5 sixes. The original Apple One computer, so this was them, of course, letting man, putting that, them subliminal messages and, basically showing you what it's really about, man. Preparing you for that digital world where they are gonna have, where they're gonna preparing you for a completely digital world. They set that up, and then they set up they digitized it even more. First, the internet was about what? You see a correlation here too with that VR shit. First, the internet was about what? It was about people got on there to play games and shit, video games, literally. And then the thought was, then from then on, it was about what? It was about looking up shit. People set up websites, different sites on the web. All right, Akim, hold on. Alright, Shalom, I'm back. Got interrupted again. Slacking. No, I'm gonna try to stop, but it's fucking hard. Get this right here, the digital yuan or ECNY. Hold on. So basically, then e-finance or e-banking came out, making e-purchases, online purchases, and also money being used electronically. It was being pushed more and more. And they did the same with cell phones. First, it was just calls, and then to make it mobile too. First, it was just so they could put it on apps, personalize it more, and be around the technology more. Plus be exposed to that radiation more. At first, it was about calling and texting. Then went from that to having online access, the data, right? The basic phones, the BlackBerry type phones, start having data on there. And then that 2G, and then that 3 went from 2G to 3G, 3G radiation, 2G radiation to 3G radiation, and from 3G radiation to 4G radiation in the early 2010s, late 2009, like late 2000s, early 2010s, man. Where you had go from 3G, 3G to the 4G, 3G to the 4G, Also you had it's an interesting fact. It's just an interesting fact that around that same time you had shit, man, swine flu epidemic. At the same time, so that's just an interesting fact. That's an interesting fact. Not saying that there was no virus called that, but that's a interesting fact. I'm not spreading medical misinformation, Esau. But yeah, man. So you had that, and then from the 3G to the 4G, going from analog, basically internet to digital internet. I remember that. It was like late 2000s and shit too, around that time period. I made it to late 2000s. And then 2010. Well, yeah. And then she had the 4G for a minute, man. Yeah, 3G and 4G for a minute. And then you had the 3G was actually rolled out in January 2002, first introduced in 2001, and 4G in 2009. That's when 4G was rolled out. And then with 2G rolled out date 91. Second generation cellular network continue. So now they're pushing out. They rolled out 5G. Okay, hold on. Right, this is why. Hold on. Found new info. 5G rollout delayed to at least January 19th over airplane safety concerns. So, basically, Esau put it off, 2 more weeks because of the outcry, because of the radiation that it would, because of the radiation, pollution that it would cause. Yeah, Verizon, AT&T agreed to FAA's request for a 2-week delay on 5G expansion plans. The companies were poised to roll out C-band airwaves, which promised improved speed and coverage for 5G networks. The rollout of 5G wireless hasn't been smooth, man, because people was like, nah, bro, that's too much radiation. People are doing their research now. And that's a big problem for Esau. Notice 5G, the Neuralink, they're rolling that out. I mean, they're starting human experimentation. starting that. You know, the metaverse, aka the megaverse. You know, because they're doing the same with VR, man. You know, they're doing with cell phones now. Now you can pay with the app on your phone for most shit. You could pay with an app on your phone. That's what's getting. When it went from credit cards with the chip in to that, man. You can pay with an app on your phone for most shit. For most shit. You know, payment automation too, going into that. You see an agenda there as well, man. Uh uh you know, being pushed by gradualism. You know, you've seen it. The you know now the cashiering process, you know, is more digital and digital, and then they doing now it became more digital and digital, and then they went from that to less cashiers. If it, and you know you even have Amazon stores, man, that have no cashiers in them. You just walk out. You know, yeah. Let me get that. No cashier stores, man. Amazon stores, no cashier. Stores, no cashiers. No cashiers, no checkout. No cashier store, man. Amazon opened a grocery store with no cashiers, pushing that automation. You know, everything being digitized, man, and then automated, man. Moving it away from moving basically industry, basically going into the fourth industrial revolution, right? Going into the fourth industrial revolution, spoken of by that Edomite Klaus Schwab, man. Automation, man. Them pushing that automation as well, you know, digitization and automation, you know, everything automated, and you know, until eventually, you know, they want to automate, they want you to be automated. But basically they want you to become a robot, you know. That's the that's that transhumanist agenda, man. Let me let me actually show y'all a video that
Amazon released about their Amazon Go retail stores, which enables a shopping experience like no other. Let's take a look at the ad.
4 years ago, we started to wonder. Well, let's see if I got the right one.
What would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go?
This is the more like, you know, friendly type commerce. Like, look at what we can do now. Trust it. That's what it gives. The vibe gives that out. Trust it. Just trust it.
Use the Amazon Go app to enter.
Yep. Just kill the app. They do for now. As they was doing there. Now, but you can see how with the, you know, the pandemic, where they're going with this, the PD.
Just put it back. Our technology will use the virtual card automatically.
Yo, is this RFID chip in the fucking
We used computer
product?
vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology.
Automation type.
Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual card and charges your Amazon account.
It's pushes something that's very convenient.
You can keep going.
This is what Esau does. With the chip, it's going to be pushed as most convenient.
Seriously.
Most convenient. Yo. Look how convenient it is. This was back in 2017. See, they've been pushing that for a while too.
When it comes to advertising on TV, there will be benefits and drawbacks for this service. One of the advantages
goes into that. No lines, right? These devils watching the cameras too. Yeah. Yo,
Excuse me, sir. Forgot your receipt.
Checkout lines. Needs them.
Have a nice day.
This
Yup.
is the future of e-business.
yo, yo, yo. Yo,
Excuse me, sir.
yo, yo. Y'all can see that whole commercial. Yo, Esau's Esau's automation, digitization automation agenda, you know, even turning you into a fucking robot. That's what they're trying to do. And with that transhumanist agenda, you know, it goes into that, especially. Fuck. You know, it's about basically merging man with machine. That's what it's about. You know, so that Esau will control you more easily. You know, in fact, you know, control you like someone would control a robot. You know, that's his agenda. That's his goal, you know, the goal of his agenda. You know, and it goes into that. It goes into the Neuralink. It goes into the 5G rollout. It goes into the graphene oxide being injected into your body in the hydrogen. So it goes into that. Goes into all that. Goes into a grain of rice. You gotta be careful now, you know. You know, because the serpent gonna strike if you make the wrong move. If you don't move wisely. Goes into that as well, you know, the grain of rice being put in your hand as well. You know, in your head and in your hand. You know, in your hand as a form of as a verification certificate of you know, it starts with the V and it rhymes with Maxine identification. And it's just so, you know, they could track you and they can't take that out. and have total control, man. With that grain of rice, man. They're gonna have total control. And then what are they gonna push? Basically, like it'll have the juice in it. I have the juice in it. And what are they gonna push as the antidote to any side effects? You can see it, man. The Neuralink. It fixed this person who was who basically it helped this paralyzed person tweet. They're gonna show that. These miracles that hold on. These miracles that hold on. Yeah, these miracles that these lying miracles. These lying wonders, man. In fact, the scripture, man, all signs and lying wonders, right? All signs and lying wonders. KJV. And I can get that scripture in Revelations. Goes into these devils. 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Particularly the ones that he's going to use to push his push that charagma, man. Revelation chapter 13. I want to get verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or on their foreheads. And calls it, when you go into calls it, hold on. And he calls it, to make, do. Let's get that word. To make, manufacture, construct, do, act, calls, accomplish, act, acted, acting, acts, appointed, away, bear, bearing, bears, become, bore, bring to pass, bring about, bringing, brings forth, call, carried, carries, carry, calls, causes, causing, commit, commits, committed, compose, consider, create, things, dealt, did, do, does, done, establish, and execute. Going all the way down to, hold on, get what these, hold on. To or it goes into prepare, to make a path. Right? To make a path goes into that. To create, to produce. Brought it up before. Oh yeah, D, and it's the 1D of the Thayer's Greek lexicon. One going into that in the first letter, and then going down to part D, equivalent to make ready to prepare. Oh yeah, it gives the example of Luke 14:12. When you make a supper, you're saying it also to the one having invited them. When you make a dinner or a supper, not basically don't basically to invite, basically like going into like doing charity, like feeding the poor, well, going into that basically, but basically to make something, that's like the whole point. Basically, not showing respect of persons. That's what that scripture goes into. Actually, correction. But yeah, cause to make, to prepare, prepare the minds. Could look at it that way. How they were prepared, how they're prepared, how these devils is preparing the minds. Verse 15, he had like for that, how these devils are preparing their minds of the people for the MOTB, man, for the Karagma, which, taking that Karagma is the ultimate form of worshiping the image of the beast. Verse 15, because it'd be the ultimate form of the image of the beast, of the idol. of the beast. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many, the idol of Rome, image of the beast, first beast of Rome, right? Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Even going back before that, actually, that was gonna be one ultimate form, that when that chip is mandatory, it's being forced on you, and if you don't have it, you can't buy or sell, and you're considered the enemy of the state, because you're walking around, you can't buy or sell nothing, and you basically, it's basically you be considered like illegal, but they're not gonna have no toleration for you, it'd be all over, to be assisting you how to have that. So they'll just take you to a FEMA camp and kill you. Take you to a FEMA camp, try to get you to change your mind. If you don't, it depends on the threat level. If you're on the red list or on the blue list, the black list, right? They're gonna, you're like basically, you're on their hit list, on their shit list. They'll put you to death because you're too much of a threat. You won't submit. Let me get that scripture, man, verse 14. And speaking of that, verse 13, and he doeth great wonders. Primarily this, right? And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Primarily speaking of those nukes that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Primarily that, but also these other miracles, like the ones they're going to use to justify the chip, like it could also, play into that. Verse 14, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So they should make an image to it. Basically, they should design their country to be just like America. They should design their country to be just like America. And that's why it firstly goes into the nukes that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And basically Esau using the blessing of the sword to force basically the forces of the wine of fornication down their throats. So like, and this is how basically the ultimate version of this is, that basically, all these countries go along with the Great Reset, going along with the Great Reset agenda. So, yeah. But yeah, eventually they wanna cause everybody to get that RFID chip, and that shit's coming soon, man. Verse 16, and he calls it all, and it goes into that total control. Verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand, and the foreheads, and their foreheads going into the Neuralink. It's in your forehead. Verse 17, and that no man, like for in between your ears, come on. Where's your brain process the energy from a lobe? Come on. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Huh? Okay, that's not for me. Wait, huh? Not for me. Slack giving me bad for that. But yeah. Um Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Eventually it's all gonna be linked up, man. Or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It's all gonna be linked up. It's eventually, oh, they're all gonna be like, oh, it costs too much costs too much of a carbon footprint, so it's costing us a lot in carbon taxes. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna is it only you can only make purchases through the metaverse. So even if you don't have it, you opt out of getting it or whatever. They even give you that option. Oh, you gotta use the metaverse, the megahertz, connected to your brain, to the Neuralink, right? You gotta use your brain chip to order, and the money in your hand to buy it. bad. And that no man might, so that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It's all going to be incorporated in that RFID chip. No modern day barcode RFID chip, so number of his name. Name of the beast, all there. And that RFID chip. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that counted hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The number of his name. 3 6s in each. And like George Joseph Lawler, man, the inventor of the barcode. 6 letters in each in its first, middle, and last, showing you. And also chi side stigma. Give you a hint of what it is, man. Stigma goes into something stuck in you. That's stuck to you. You get it out. Stigma. All right, so also let me get this, man. If you give in to this devil's agenda, man, if you give into this devil's agenda to turn you into a robot, by putting that crime on you. Revelation 14 and 9, and third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, power Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. Verse 11, in the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, aeons, aeons. and they have no rest day or night. Worship beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Yeah, man, you gonna be through, man. If you do that, man, you gonna be through. Worship meaning unconditional obedience. So, hold on. So, still under. Like, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of power Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. You know, you don't want to go, you don't want that smoke. You know, you literally don't want that smoke. Verse 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die, and the one in the Most High Yahweh from henceforth. Yes, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and the works to follow them. So, it lines up with Revelation chapter 3, man. These scriptures right here, man. It's important to endure, man. Oh, shit. All right. Revelation 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold thou fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown, man. What's that? Think about what crown means. What's the word for crown in another language that you already know, in language that is very commonly spoke in America, especially, among, especially, among among the Northern Kingdom, your so-called Latinos and your Native Americans primarily. What is the word for crown? You know, and then you see what they're trying to do. They're really trying to do, man. They got nothing to do with anything that's spreading virally. Verse 12, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, Yahweh, and he shall go no more out. And I'll write upon him the name of my power, Yahweh, and the name of the city of my power, Yahweh, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, Yahweh. And I'll write upon him my new name, you know. Verse 13, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that hath an ear, you know, your eyes to see, ears to hear. Let me wrap this up. Alright, hold on. I got all these fucking bot accounts on here. Make them go sit in the corner, man. That's what I'm finna do. Since they wanna play. All right. You know, you got poop. You know, got to the point, man. I want to give all praises. Hold on. Yeah, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire, in all truth and in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And shalom to the real sisters out there. Well, shalom to the rest of the elect, which would include them. And a Baba Ball, that's Babylon, which is America today. You know, Babylon the Great is America. Dead to Abad La'adawamium, dead to these Edomite devils. Abad these so-called white people and these so-called, these ish that wish to be the ish, these ish that wish to be us, but they just ish. They ish and they wish. Them as well, you know, Team 48ers. And that's in our home court right now. And if you get the drift, you know. And Abad La Gawayim, you know, dead to these heathens that took part and continue to take part in our oppression and our downfall and take part with Esau to get rid of us. And think that they're gonna be next. No, you ain't. You know, not gonna happen. Why do the heathen rage? And why do the people imagine a vain thing? Salagia. You know, Abad Lagawayim, dead to the heathens. You know, the other nations. Abad La 2/3, you know, dead to these wicked ass niggas, man. 2/3 of Israel. You know, hearing rebels that's abroad, man. They act like fucking heathens, act like devils. They're Israelites, according to the flesh, right? But not according to the spirit, man. They're not all Israel, because they're not all Israel, which are of Israel. That's in Romans 9. They're not all Israel, on this side, even though they're Israelites, according to the flesh. There was an election, which is the 1/3. It's being tainted, being tried in the fire, man. And there's the 2/3 that are going to be cut off. It's like our affliction. Alright, so Shalom. Hold on. Shalom. Hold on. It's like Shalom, stay strong. Stay strong, hopefully. Yasharala. Hey, stay strong. Keep your head up for your redemption. It's not hopefully. Endurance, either endurance in will be saved. Yeah, Shalom, stay strong. Shalom, stay strong. Yasharala forever and abide ball. Yeah, Shalom, stay strong. Yasharala forever and abide ball. Shalom.